My name is McKillop and I'm the Chief Executive of Sports Turf Research Institute. Well, in terms of what this business does, we're a consultancy and research organisation in sports turf. So any sports that are played on grass, we get involved in it. And the business has about 65 staff with a turnover of about £4 million. Consultancy and research advice we give is to local clubs. We do about 80 clubs, golf clubs, football clubs in Yorkshire. We also work nationally, so we work for the RNA, who were one of the businesses or organisations that set us up. So we're up at the Open at the moment in Muirfield. We work for Wimbledon. We've got trials on the ground here for Wimbledon, and we're at Wimbledon for the championships. Part of our role for FIFA is to make sure that the contractors that are constructing these pitches do it with the appropriate materials. So we get involved in taking samples of the soil and the sand that they're wanting to use. They come back to Bingley and they're analysed there, and we send the results back. We turn it around within a week, and we can let them know if what they're doing is appropriate. So one of the other things we've done as a consequence is we've modernised our laboratories and extended our laboratories. Last year in the Euros we were involved in 3 of the 4 stadiums in Ukraine that were used for Euro 2012 in terms of looking at new pitch constructions and installations, and we submitted a portfolio of work to British Expertise, which is the government quango, and they have an annual award ceremony, and we applied for the SME Export Award for the work that we did in Ukraine, and we're absolutely delighted to be chosen out of about 50 entrants to be UK SME Business of the Year for that work. One of the things we've just done is we've established a research office out in Brisbane, research and consultancy office in Brisbane. Out there it's tropical grasses, and when we're going to be working in Qatar for the 2022 World Cup and in Rio for the Olympics out there, we need a lot of expertise in warm season grasses. So establishing a centre in Brisbane complements exactly what we've got here. Cool season grasses in Bingley, warm season grasses in Brisbane. So one of the questions we often get asked is, why Bingley? In terms of what we get out of the local area, well, we have very strong links with Bradford University Business School. We use them to deliver management training to staff. We attend routinely the management seminars they offer for all small local businesses out here. We have links with Bingley Grammar School, where we have students coming up here for work experience. And we have very good links with Bradford City Council. We bought a 125-year lease for the land that we have here in the buildings. So now, in essence, you know, to all intents and purposes, it's ours. And over the last 7 years since we've had that, we've invested £1 million, more or less, into improving our facilities, improving our buildings, our land, our premises here. And obviously, in a time of recession, we've employed local contractors to do that. Again, Bradford Council and Yorkshire Forward were helpful for us when we were doing some of the building work. We applied for a grant and we were successful in that application, so we have a lot of thanks to go with them. And it's a beautiful place, and the people who come here are very envious of us being based in such a beautiful part of the country. In terms of the business over the next few years, we've got quite a lot of plans to expand both locally and internationally. In terms of locally, we're developing new services, particularly services that measure turf performance. This may seem strange to you, but we've got bits of kit now that for golf greens measure, if you like, in layman's terms, the amount of bobble in a golf ball, the amount of wobble in a golf ball. So does it run truly, does it run smoothly? And at the Open at Muirfield this year, that will be used extensively in all the greens. Another thing we're doing is looking at a research department getting involved in developing new products that are used in sport, like light systems or turf reinforcement systems. This is not something that we've done extensively in the past. We've more done work for commercial companies who are coming to us, but we see quite a few gaps in the market where our own research staff could develop products that we could then commercialise and set up other businesses. And if it goes out with the STRI brand and we publish and make freely available all the research results behind it, then we're hoping that will be a new development for us too.